going on, guys? How are we? Happy Wednesday. Give me a second here. Just turning everything up, launching everything up, fellas. Take it easy. Give me a second. Awesome. What's going on, guys? Thanks for tuning in. I'm going to give everyone maybe a minute or two here. I know everyone's kind of dialing in from our premium Discord, StockTwits, Weeble, all over the place. So just give some folks a couple minutes to get dialed in. Don't want to miss the session here. Crazy trading market day. I hope you were green today. And apologize if you guys can't hear me too well. I have a bad cold, so a lot of sniffles, and just made a nice little vodka soda. Hopefully that will clean me up. Give me a couple minutes, guys. Okay. Goal today's session, really just covering the crazy trading day. Bunch of names. I really don't think we really lost on anything today. I'm trying to think. I don't know if I put out one losing alert. I think I put out about 7-8 alerts in premium Discord, and I think we actually hit on all of them for a minimum of 10 to 100% gains. So I'm going to walk through some of the trades, what I saw, some of the chart breakdowns, where I see things going, what's my top watches for tomorrow, and we'll discuss today, and we'll kind of run through it from there. Give me 30 to 45 seconds, let folks come on in, and then we'll get started. Awesome. So first trade I'm going to run through. First off, welcome everybody. Thanks for all the followers, loyal followers on Weeble. Coming in. If you're not a premium member to my Spud Zone official Discord, we have options, real-time alerts, tutoring, education, chart breakdowns, a lot of videos like this as well. Highly recommend joining. We have thousands of testimonials from 2021 of profit and screenshots. Feel free to join. Check us out. It's $10 a month. Can cancel anytime. See the link in the bio. And then all the folks from StockTwits, Weeble, other channels, welcome. Gonna run through today. Super bullish day. Hope you guys were green. There was a ton of really what I call free A plus setups, A plus setups, excuse me. As you guys know, July, August, typically months for me, I like to downsize. I've been trying to downsize a bit, especially in the summer months. Then September, October, November, December, I kind of want to pick up some of my size, close out the year strong. But, I don't know if we even need to be downsizing right now. There's a ton of liquidity still. It's different than the last couple summers. So, I'm going to kind of talk through this trade, AEHR today. I did not see it until I saw it pop up about 10 minutes before close. And the final tick was 8:03 here into 4 p.m. bell. And really what I'm going to look through here is I'm going to take away some of these indicators just so that you guys can easily see from a simplistic standpoint. Let's take a look at a bigger picture here. Let's take a look at the daily chart. So really, guys, I mean, this is consolidated in really the 1 to 2s max 250s for about 2 years now. And then as of recent, really just in the last 1, 2, 4 trading days, this is probably up. We got 21, 80, 100%, down 9. This is up, 150 to 200% here, guys. And this is at new all-time highs. So I saw this daily candle today, which is what we call an inside squeeze bar. And this came up over the high of the day here. Over the all-time highs here. So when I see that kind of close, right, I love to look the 5-minute chart, right? When I see this kind of close, I always look for a confirmation to the upside because anyone who's shorting in that sub 750, 765 areas, they're all underwater. And so when a ticker goes all-time highs, I typically love to hop on the bandwagon and maybe ride that 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever that percentile is to the upside. And so really what we saw today into close, last 30 minutes, it started here on this candle. About 2 million shares came through. That's a nice buy candle. Then 3 million after that, 2 million after that, and a bunch of, 4 million. So you had some big volume come in late to close. Typically when I see that kind of volume, I love to trade this new setup, and I'm sure you guys have probably seen me alert a lot of these types of plays. I've probably made 6 figures in the last 2-3 weeks alone just trading this type of setup. I call this the momentum dip buy after hours play. So really, I just made that name up, but this is how I kind of rephrase it. So if you notice, typically on these strong closes, especially a stock that consolidates all day and then rips to new highs, so all the shorts are underwater in here if they were shorting intraday, I like to get the dip after hours. Typically on those big runs, you get a -5, -7, -9 red percent after hours, right? A lot of the names that we've seen, Neuro, MRIN, SGOC, MDIA, some of these names we've seen go down 5, 10, 15% red, and then they blast off +10, +20% green. You do the math on that calculation, that's a 30 to 40% percentile move. That is a big gap up, guys, especially if you're catching dip buys. Volume wasn't too great on the after hours. We saw a nice 200,000 candle down, 63,000. And then I bought shares right in here, guys. I bought, I think 760, about 20,000 shares right in here. I alerted the live dip buy in real time in action. This stock was about down 6-7% in after hours. I believe is the lowest of a 740 tick. This candle, I bought some shares in there. I alerted watch for a red to green. And we had a consolidation candle with about half as less volume. And then we started to finally see some volume tick in. Once I saw 805, I said I knew we were going to get 9s. And then we saw a major 259,000 shares, 11% move, another 200,000 shares, another 200,000 shares. So, this almost did about 1 million shares there in about 20 minutes. So, that's about, $8 million worth in about 20 minutes. This stock, I don't know what the heck they do. All I know is from a chart perspective, this should be a watch for the next couple days. This potentially has a gap up to at least 9 for tomorrow. And I'm going to be watching for 10, 11, 12s. Kind of reminds me of a multi-day runner. I don't have a position at this time. I sold the 20,000 rip into here, about 870 to 9s. I sold my position in there. Couldn't not take advantage of a 15 to 20% move in front of my eyes. So I took some profits there. I will be watching this tomorrow. Maybe soak up some dips down to the 730s, 740s, and look for maybe a re-ride back to 9. So don't know what this ticker will do, but from a technical standpoint, it's had a very strong days the last couple days. So do keep an eye on it. I don't know if it's going to slow down, but the volume is there, team. So keep an eye on this ticker name. That's AEHR. That was just a quick after-hour alert for 15 to 18%. Hope you guys made some money on that in the 7s to all the way up to 9. Next stock today, the baby CEMI, ChemBio, CEMI, ticker CEMI. Let's talk through this one because this has been an absolute disaster of a daily chart. In my opinion, from a company that's doing actually very well. I mean, they're only increasing revenue by the quarter. I don't know what their cash burn is, but in my opinion, they're doing very well. They have a ton of shorts on it. I don't know why. I know it's a testing name. We have vaccines out there, but they're constantly are producing $5, $10, million contracts. You saw today was a $28 million contract. So, they're like cream of crop in the testing. They don't have much. They don't have much U.S. commercial area, but they have Brazil, a couple other countries as well. So today's move was parabolic. I saw the contract value last night. It popped up on my news feed right before bed around 12 in the morning. I woke up early this morning at 4 a.m. and I woke up right in here, guys. Right down in here. I alerted the first position. I mean, this is the best entry. I call it the best entry on Wall Street that anyone could have gotten is the alert I gave this morning at 4 in the morning. Apologize if I didn't at everyone in Discord. I know that goes right to your phones. I hope that didn't disrupt your husband or wife's sleep or family's sleep. But I felt that it was an A++ setup. I alerted a major buy alert at $3.10 right in here off the quick dip. This dip tick I bought in right in here at 310. Right down in here. I tried to get size. There was not many people selling. It ticked up 47% on no volume at all. And then I bought about 33,000 shares. I tried to buy 50,000 shares way above ask. I couldn't get a fill. I knew this was going to run today. The news was, almost the entire market cap is CEMI right now. Just so beat down, undervalued. So we saw a tick right in here. I alerted a 310 buy. I sold 33,000 shares at 4 flat up in here for about 40% within about an hour there. Went back to bed. I knew today was going to be somewhat of a runner. So I made about 35 grand early in the morning on that trade. Really do wish I had more size and sort of scaling in more for this parabolic move. But going to talk through the 9:30 a.m. bell. It's a lot of insider owned, a lot of institutionalized owned. Therefore, I think the retail float's only roughly, I think, 7 to 9 million shares. So quite small, guys, after 18 million share float. I think most of it's locked up by toots and insiders, as I mentioned. This dipped down to 370, 380 is actually on the bottom tick. I think it was 378. I didn't get a tick on that. I didn't get size there. I was thinking maybe it goes to 370, 360, 350 before the move to 5. And it didn't. So I saw this candle come in, and I quickly loaded it. I loaded about 25,000 shares right here at 4, guys. And I kind of let it ride. And actually, if you want to hear about my big mistake, I probably would have been a green $200,000 day if I didn't mess this trade up. So what happened was here, I was actually looking at other tickers. CLOV, what other tickers I was looking at that I'll cover today? CLOV, MMAT was a big one for me. I had some size there. So I just bought and set a 10% take profit, and I think it was like a 3% stop loss. And before I knew it, I hit my goal right here at 450. And all of a sudden, I locked $12,000 profits and missed the entire upside. So that was a bad trade by me. I left about $50,000 to $70,000 on the table here, guys. But this thing ripped up higher. I alerted to buy all 4. So guess what? If you missed a 310 buy, which is the best probably on Wall Street on this ticker name today, that would have been 4 in the morning. So I get it if you can't trade them. But no problem, guys. No problem. I alerted the $4 dip. I said target 440, 440 breaks, target 5. We saw the 440 break. I knew I was bullish. This thing then rit to 586. We had a nice profit pullback here, 13 million shares. And then we saw a boom rip. This never halted once today in my knowledge. And this thing ripped to 695. I mean, guys, you do the math, $4 to $7, that's $3 a share almost. You think about that kind of move. What is that? 50, 60, 70% in a span of 2 hours? That's a beast move, guys. So that is where you want to be selling into strength, right? Lining a dip, riding it up. Little profit taking. Not much selling there. We're going to rip higher if there's no sellers. Boom, boom, boom. We get the 4 candles, right? And we finally see some profit taking. New buyers say, okay, this is strong. It might have another 10, 15%. Boom. Then you got your 10, 15% right up in here. So that, we had dip buyers, higher lows all day long. Then I believe middle of the day, there was some type of news with this candle. I think there was some type of downgrade on the stock. I've never heard of the firm that downgraded them. Literally never in my life have I heard of that firm. I forgot the name. Started with a C. If anyone wants to type in the YouTube channel. I don't know the firm's name, Celius or Solius. But I've never heard of them. So I thought maybe they had a some type of short position and they wanted to somehow deflect the momentum of the stock. Maybe they got beat up and margin called on a short. I don't know. That's just obviously I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm assuming because since I've never heard of the brokerage that announced it. There's some pretty big names in this ticker: BlackRock, Vanguard, Goldman, I believe. There's a few others. This name had its run today. A lot of longs have been waiting for this day to really make their big gains, and it ran 270% at peak, guys, or 250% at peak. Died off. We got the downgrade here, and then it just broke down. It might not be done though. Maybe we see a move back to 6s again. I could see 620, 630, maybe. I don't know though. It did trade 400 or 500 million shares today, which is a equivalent of over $2.5 billion. That's a lot of money exchanging hands. So keep an eye on this one. You might want to try it off 450. It's not gonna be a top watch. But I do, the news was good, but I'm not completely sold. I think this was a kind of a one-time make your money all up in here kind of play. But that was ticker CEMI, CEMI Chem Bio. They do test kits globally. Next play I want to talk through is MMAT. I felt really good this morning, waking up about 30 grand in the green on this name. I want to tell you why I alerted. I know many are probably saying, you've alerted MMAT probably 2 or 3 times in the past 4 weeks. And I've tried to catch bottom on this name now a bunch. I've tried it off of I think I tried it off 450 support and got hammered, took a big loss. And then I said, I think the next position is maybe 313. Why I came up with 313? I want to take a peek at the daily chart. If we take a look at the daily chart in here, or maybe it's the 4 hour. Let me quickly remember what I was looking at. Give me 2 seconds. MMAT, it's way back. I mean, this thing has been beaten down, guys, like big time. Yeah, right up in here, 325, 327, then there's a 310, 309. There's some movement. That's kind of where the big run started. So I assume that might be a good area to scale in and take a starter. So I took a starter yesterday, 50,000 shares at 3.13. Today's action, we saw major buying flooding out of the gates. I mean, this thing didn't see a downside tick till about 4. We saw a major buying, million a candle here coming straight in out of the gates. That was nice to see. I sold majority of my position in the 80s and 90s, 3.80s, 3.90s. I'll probably revisit this ticker. I don't know if it was kind of that one big cap bounce, a lot of shorts covering, maybe some new buyers taking a swing position. But, I could see some upside to the 450s to 5 before maybe this cools back down. They do need some type of news or catalyst to continue driving that full-on reversal. The weekly chart, I know this, it doesn't look that bad. I mean, yes, those are 4 hammer candles. But if it holds this 3s and kind of just continues back up into the 4, 5, 6, 7s, maybe even retouches at 8, I would consider that a pretty good reversal. I mean, that would be 100% from current trading levels. So this was one I've been trying to time bottom. I finally got it right. I made about, I think, 30,000 on this ticker name. And then the last trade, let's see, MMAT we covered, AEHR we've covered, CEMI we covered. The last trade I want to talk through, guys, is ticker CLOV. This was an interesting one. I've watched this the last couple of days. Why my thesis around this trade, and beautiful after hours play. I mean, this is already 15%, almost 13% from the alert. So that's a 1-day play on a med cap. That's a beautiful move in just 1 day of trading. Why I took a position, guys, at this morning. I think I took it around before lunch. No, it wasn't there. It was right down in here. I got a nice lucky washout candle down to 838. I think I got filled at 843, I believe, with 30,000 shares right in here. Basically didn't do anything all day, consolidated, and then we finally got a rip up to the 50s. I'm like, okay, maybe we see 70s. Had to break this candle here, right? So we see 870 was the high of the day. Shorts kind of hammered it down. Didn't move anywhere. But my thesis, guys, behind this trade, why did I buy CLOV today? Why? Because 2 reasons I bought CLOV today, guys. 2 reasons. If we look at this daily chart, we've seen about 25 days of selling pressure per se. But if you've noticed in the last maybe 10 days or so in this range, the selling pressure's died down. We're starting to slowly see what I call some sprouting green candles, right? So on the daily chart, we kind of saw a bottom in the 7s, 790. Then we saw a bottom in the low 8s. And now, what I want to see is a test or a move to 1030, 1020, 1030. That's the test I want to see. And that's really where I recommend locking profits for 15 to 20%. It might be a stress-free trade. I don't know. There's a lot of shorts in this name. But the daily's starting to show life. 3 green candles in the row. Last time we saw 3 green candles, it followed by a big move up. So, this name I'm going to be watching. I got my starter size. I will add if it breaks 10, potentially even more to scale in it, more size. But here's what I'm kind of looking at, right? We saw that washout. That beautiful washout, and it happened. I was just looking at the right time. I saw the washout, and these candles were the start of the day, right? So I said, oh, that's a good area to scale in. Then we kind of got nice lucky. We got some big buyers here. When I saw this candle for about 2% move up in here, all the way to 890, I'm like, okay, we got more strength to the upside here. And, as you're seeing it, you're seeing some buyers start to flock in after hours. We saw AMC. We saw GME. They made their 15, 20% moves the last couple days, and CLOV just didn't do a thing. it basically got left in the dust, and that name was running pretty hard for a while with some of those meme names. So that was another reason for my trade thesis. I said this is going to go eventually. And here we are about 12, 13% later. So that was a nice pickup. If you added calls, you're probably up about 50%. I know sometimes with these more expensive stock, if you don't have size and you don't really want to risk making 3 or 4 or 5% and it's meaningless for you, then, buy some calls. You can make 30, 40, 50% on that kind of move, maybe even 100%. So, I highly recommend trading options if 3 or 4 or 5% tickers aren't good enough for you. I get it. If you have a small account and can't really, 5% is not going to do much and you really want to chase the stuff that's moving hard, 20, 30, 40%, I totally understand. But then look for the option side of things, right? Could always hammer the puts and call side of a ticker. So, this was a nice trade. I mean, guys, today was just the sum of it was just great trading. It was just a great trading day. It was just, I felt good, felt confident. I wasn't oversizing. I was hitting my base hits, 10, 20K scalps. And, I probably was selling early on a lot of those names. But I wasn't greedy. I'm not being greedy in these markets, guys. I'm going to continue to elevate my account growth, just by taking my base hits. I want to follow the liquidity. I want to trade the stuff that's trading 50, 100 million, 200 million shares a day. That is where my bread and butter is, because that is where you can get in and out with size and then maximize your percentage gains. So those are the kind of stocks I want to be playing. Those are one of the liquidity plays I want to be doing. So I know today wasn't really a dive in, sort of talk through entries, exits, etc. I kind of just wanted to talk through, what I saw for the day. CLOV will be a watch tomorrow. AEHR will be a watch because it's at all-time highs with some pretty good volume. CEMI will be a secondary watch. And then you'll have the secondary watches like an MRIN, SGOC, some of those names from the past that have kind of been trickling a higher day by day. So, I want to make sure we close out Thursday, Friday pretty strong. I don't want to give back gains. If you guys are looking to learn more, like I talk rigorously through my entries and exits on my past YouTube videos. So do scroll down and, scroll out and sort of go through and browse some of that action, because I've received hundreds of DMs in Discord about how great some of the studying and tools were. Better than reading books, better than buying a freaking $1,000, $2,000, $5,000 stock trading course. You don't need any of that stuff. Just study some of these charts, basic supports, resistances, get your feet wet, and you'll start to really see patterns, higher lows, and that's how you can accelerate into scaling in and really making those gains, moving that stop loss up. So I highly recommend looking through some of those videos. And then obviously I'm going to end with, if you're not subscribed in Discord, definitely check it out. If not, my customer support team right now is live in the YouTube comment feed. They will post a link, and any questions you may have, you can ask them, as long as checking out my screenshot testimonial section in Discord as well. As I mentioned, we probably have about over 1,000 testimonials in 2021 alone. Feel free to check that out. So yeah, guys, I hope everyone traded well. Super excited to close out the week. Let's continue finding great setups, whether it's off scan or whether it's just meme plays or whether it's just volume alerts. We're going to find those setups. Let's be patient though. Let's not chase. We don't want to FOMO in these markets. We want to let the setups come to us, and let's take advantage of the volatility, right? So let's keep trading smart and strong, and super excited to continue the growth, and see you all in the Discord. As always, please leave some feedback in the comment section here now, and preferably Discord or StockTwits, wherever you guys follow me at. I'd love to kind of hear some criticism, some things you'd like to see more of. Really anything, any knowledge I can help with. I'll take 5 or 10 minutes and try and answer some questions. Thanks a lot, team. Have an awesome night. I will probably be sleeping in all the way to 9 a.m. tomorrow. I'm exhausted. I've been up since 4 in the morning trading. So don't expect anything out of me till late morning tomorrow.